Hey y'all, Noah, everyone who reads and must converses the channel. Happy Friday. Nice to see y'all and an amazing week, amazing stuff going on. So we're going to get to a lot of cool stuff tonight. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. Always, I love to wrap up my week hanging with my freaking book peeps, man. And that is exactly what we're doing tonight. First, I'm going to kick it off. I want to right off the bat say thank you for so much support on the channel. I get a lot of love. And, even on a week like this week where I don't put out any material, I put out some material doing, hey, Nick, happy Friday. Put out some material on Instagram because it's just so easy to do a picture, to do a little short video. But it was a tough week as far as finding time to do any kind of personal stuff. I'm learning so much. Hey, hey, tiny, teeny. What's up? Oh, wait. If you're green, I don't know. See, look, Tiny Teeny's got this little thing right there. Tiny Teeny is a member of my channel. I don't think she gets anything extra for that at all. But she is a member of the channel. Hey, baby. Happy Friday. SS in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Happy Friday, bro. I hope your week was good. I have changed it up to a ridiculous degree. Heidi ho. That's what I'm talking about. I thought Judy High was even, more cryptic. Hey, Connor. Happy Friday. Jim reads too slow. In the house. The Falcon Tyler. That's what I'm talking about. Nice to see you guys. And so first, some writing news. All right, my boy Ryan is prepared. I'm not prepared. My boy Ryan is prepared to share his short story and share his short story completely around the time of our live. That's going to be the first Friday in November. Okay, down to share his short story, and I'm looking to be ready on a short story at that point too. I'm looking to be ready on my short story at that point to share. But he's actually ready now and calling for beta readers. So if somebody wants to take a look at my boy Ryan's short story, I love it. I'll tell you that right now. I really love it. It's one that I've read multiple times, helped them kind of go through all this kind of thing, doing editing, whatever. But he did a great job with it. So we're going to allow 15 beta readers. Okay. And that's going to be just over the course of this next week. This is a 30-page, more like 26, maybe, printed all together because there's, formatting to it and all this. He's got it looking good. So it's maybe 26 pages of reading. You got to do it within the next week. So what I'm looking to is 15 people, right? Rick Harsh in the house. Happy Friday, man. Nice to see you, Rick Harsh, the owner operator king, king of Corona Samizdat. Is that, you say you're maybe you're the jester of Corona Samizdat, right? And happy Friday. That's right. I'm talking about. Arrive humbly. That's why I say maybe you're the jester, right? And Nick Burrow in the house, right? All right. We're looking for 15. You send me an email. You have to hit me in your email. In my email, I mean, there's my email is on my about page. You email me, say, I'm interested in the beta reading. The first 15 I'm putting on a list and I'm sending to Ryan. He's going to send you uh, a link. He said he's going to password protect it and it's only going to go for, you know, a week. So you have a week to read it, give feedback. He wants all the constructive criticism, all the feedback. And we're looking for constructive criticism only. I mean, don't say you didn't like it and not be able to elucidate why. Okay. Something like that. He's going to take that criticism and be maybe revising, maybe, who knows what he'd do. Who knows what the feedback's going to be. And then on that Friday, the next live, November 4th, Ryan's going to be on with me and we're going to share the whole short story live. So I'm looking forward to it. It's really, really cool. And hopefully I'm ready with mine by that point too. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Rick, Rick, I love that poster. The Cactus Boys did this. Philip Friedenberg and Jeff Walton, the Cactus Boots guys, they did the poster themselves. So, yeah, yeah. The Zeta reader. There you go, Jack. Jack at Rambling Raconteurs in the house. Happy Friday, bro. Nice to see you. Awesome. So, my email is not hard to find. Send me an email, and first 15, I'm putting on a list and I'm sending to Ryan, and then that's it for that. The feedback, the kind of back and forth will be between Ryan and the reader. I'm here to facilitate. You know what I mean? Uh, I thought for a second you said, Rick, I love that you're that the pusher, like Rick's the pusher for what, and Rick is definitely the pusher, selling great books all the time. Hey, Jesse reads and meditates. Happy Friday. Noah, what's up? Love everybody for sure. Love everybody. Love that poster. My peeps in the house. There's Melanie. Happy Friday, Melanie. And see, Melanie doesn't make it usually for the lives. Watches it after. And I really appreciate it, Melanie. Thanks for coming by. Trish is in the house. Happy Friday. Yes. All right. See, now I feel like we're really amped up. Now we're really raring to go. Okay. So let's talk about the elephant in the room first. Since I put it up, right? I was going to just kind of leave this for a while, talk about my reading first, but let's not talk about the reading first. Let's talk about this crazy poster. Do you see this? The whole book, America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots, for scale. Okay, I'm gonna bear with me. For scale, I got the book right up against the poster now. Okay, that's how big it is. What is I got it just push pinned. Look at that. This is every page of the book. Every page of America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots is on this poster right here. I mean, amazing, right? On the bottom, we got Phil signing it, Jeff signing it, and it says 10/19/2022. America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots, one of 7. These guys work for a printing company, right? They print big bulk orders for companies and marketing companies, whatever it is, right? All the time. That's what they do. So they do these exclusive something like that, and just I mean, I am overwhelmed with being called out to be the first one to receive such an awesome piece, right? This is printed on vinyl, like a pool liner. It is awesome. It is awesomely done. So I put it in the background. That's what tonight is all about. Sometimes a Sigma reader, if I'm trying to add ideas from different texts. That's right. Jack is this kind of psychopathic free associator, maybe. It definitely leads into territory that I wouldn't go into on my own a lot of times. I love exploration, and Jack definitely has the backing of a strong reading life to make these kind of awesome associations. The biggest poster I've ever seen. I know. It's ridiculous. It's so huge. See, it goes, see, I got a window over here, right? And it goes past the window. There's not even really enough space on the wall for this thing in the position that I got it. But it's so fun. Philip Friedenberg is in the house. I love you too, brother. Love you so much. You and yours, Heather, darling. I saw her in the house too. Did I? Okay. I didn't just go down far enough. Man, thank you so much, man. I was so taken aback by the Instagram post where you said you were gonna give me the first one, called me out on it. And I just thought I'm gonna share something when I get it. But we have such a history. We have such a relationship, and it's happened. The ground of our relationship is creativity itself. Our love for storytelling, specifically creating through the medium of storytelling. We love it. We have a we resonate with the same kind of stuff, or we are, the a certain same kind of reader, maybe, where we're explorative, essentially explorative in what we're doing, not looking to make judgments, but looking to grow, or looking to see how this affects me. And it's amazing stuff, and to be augmented by what you read. And your stuff definitely augmented my reading life, and many others. I know. We see it happening in our community, and it's an amazing thing. So, Cactus Boots, everybody, go to coronasamas.com. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go there and take a look at their catalog. I'm putting them in the chat right now, so you can see exactly how it's spelled. coronasamas.com. That's where they house their online presence. It is an amazing catalog of wonderful literature. So have at it. Hey, BookTube, it's Noah. Hey, Heather. Thanks for coming by. So Heather is the half of the Friedenberg creative team that just I can't imagine what she was under this project. You guys got this formatted beautifully. I'm sure it was hell going through that and putting it together in such an amazing timeliness, right? Alexa, happy Friday, brother. Nice to see you. Very cool. I would have gone with leather. Let's print it on leather. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. It'll last forever. I mean, I could throw some water up against this thing. It ain't doing anything. You know what I mean? It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yes. Everybody's saying, hey, there we go. Corona Summers dots up on the screen finally, right? It looks at home on my wall. It is at home on my wall for sure. It means so much. Right when you said something about the idea of doing it, I think it was on a live or something that we had done together here, where you mentioned it, and I was just like, right then I could see it, and I'm just like, what I wouldn't give for this, and you guys did it. It's wonderful. It's very high quality. These guys have access to the real to the real stuff, right? Professional equipment. Right, right, right. Thank you, brother. Now I got to read it again from the poster. There you go, Connor. That's awesome. Yeah, everybody in the house. I got my don't worry, Phil. I got my red cup for sure. So as far as the reading goes, I read another, and I haven't finished it yet because it's a longer one. This is a short story out of Illuminations, Alan Moore. I'm reading a crazy story. Okay, what is it? The improbably complex high energy state. That's what it's called. The improbably complex high energy state. And you're in like the first seconds after the Big Bang, and pre-matter is starting to organize in a way. And of course, it's geometrical in nature. And it goes so crazy. I can't wait to get to the end, and we'll see. If it is long enough, there is enough meat here already to talk about for sure. But of course, I'm not going to talk about the short story much until I finish it, right? Because you don't know where it's going. But it is cool, and it is crazy. And let's put Alan Moore right there next to the Cactus Boots, right? Another thing that is right at home. So much love in my chat. I'm so down for this. Sorry about that. A lot of love in the chat. This is great. So I've been organizing a lot, right? And I organized my desk here because I've gotten all new tech, I got a new computer. I had to have a new computer with what I was doing. And it's just been a wild week with reorganizing and that kind of thing. But when I cleaned my desk, I put this piece of ephemera that came out of a an edition of Cactus Boots, my very special one that is actually inscribed out to me with notes from Jeff and Phil and things like that. So I got that piece of ephemera and I put it up. It's signed as well by them. So I just kind of, as a creative inspiration, really. And then this comes, right? Then this comes. So it's just right. Thank you again, y'all. Too cool, too cool. Look, Mason in the Dark is in the house. Hey, Rick. Man, so much love around. Mason in the Dark, nice, buddy. I don't envy my future editor. Blindness means there's going to be all sorts of mistakes and I don't catch. Like the time I italicized an entire 2,000 words. Now that's funny. Yeah, it's hard to. There's definitely formatting issues that you can't call out. I'm sure. Mason in the Dark is a booktuber as well. Check out Mason's stuff if you don't follow already. A very unique booktuber, bringing their own special perspective to the table. Right? Love it. We we really do love. I really do love the community. The people here really do love the community because my channel is all about community. And it's the community of readers, which is what Phil and the Cactus Boots is all about too, right? A unified field of readers. And so, yeah, very cool. Don't laugh at me. I got that from Devin. That's right. I got that from Devon. He's a great guy. And he really definitely did good. Yeah. Alan Moore does live in another dimension. It's ridiculous. As long as it wasn't Cornwall. uh, there's a there's a lot to go into. We're all getting sick together. Must be right. Did I finish Genji? So I finished the main part of Genji. There's maybe a latter group of chapters. I think maybe like 13 chapters that are probably a later insertion by Shikabu. And so it is disputed whether she's the author or not. But the translator that I had said he believed that it was just her at an older time in her life. So, but I stopped there and I have not picked it up again. It was just time to move onto other stuff. Genji is not something that really rewards reading in the way that you might read a modern novel, right? It's something to read a chapter, once a week, for your life, and just have that be part of your life that you enter into and follow along with the exploits of Genji and the trials and responsibilities and obligations and sorrows and loss that comes along with love. And it's this huge extrapolation of love. Gotta go. Later, Jesse. It's very cool. Under the weather. Sorry to hear that. So, jump on and say blessings to everyone. Thank you very much. I hope me and Emily are feeling better this week than we were last week. That's right. The kind of thing that was going around the house is very weird here. I've felt like on and off a little bit. I haven't got sick, like real full blown sick, but how it's affected everybody differently and kind of been phasal with some like me. but really hit my middle daughter, Fiona, very hard. She had a real tough time with it. So it just makes it really weird, it's to see something that's obviously, something moving through the house, but affecting everybody differently. An ongoing episodic audiobook written and narrated by myself, if anyone's interested. Nice, Mason. Y'all jump over to Mason in the Dark's channel if you are interested, for sure. Heck yeah. Right? Hope you feel better, Jesse, for sure. Noah, have I read Jerusalem? For sure, man. It's like some of the most popular videos on my channel. They get a lot of views, or they get steady views. They don't get a lot of views because there's not many people reading Jerusalem. But Jerusalem by Alan Moore is probably my favorite book. So, I hope you enjoy my videos on it. I got a video on each part. So there's one video for the Burroughs, one video for Mansoul, and then one video for Vernal's Inquest. And the video for Vernal's Inquest, I give my final, my thoughts on the book as a whole in that video. Yes. I would love for you to enter Genji, Rick. I don't know if Genji could handle Rick. I mean, it was a long time ago, right? Loved Jerusalem, not just loved. I mean, like really loved. Yes. Y'all. Nice. Very cool, Mason. Nice to hear it. Y'all are funny. All right. So I was I deal with a Instagram book seller named Book Dude Books, and he models his kind of vibe after the dude, Big Lebowski, the dude, right? I really dig his vibe. He's real laid back, and we will get books whenever and just kind of send them whenever I get a couple few. So I had a couple that he's been holding for me for a bit. I found this is what made him send it, because I saw this edition, Karma and Nirvana. This is by Paul Karras, right? And it's a preface by Tolstoy. And Tolstoy in the back here says, I should be very happy were I the author of Karma. It is one of the best products of national wisdom and ought to be bequeathed to all mankind. So what it looks like to me is an early translation and commentary on Buddhism, or maybe it seems like Buddhism, but there are parts of it, or things that are said that seem to be more Hindu, right? But it may be, I mean, of course, Hindu iconography and symbolism is all through Buddhism. Buddhism flowered out of the Hindu culture, right? These people were already Hindu by culture, even if they weren't practicing Hindus, right? People that were Buddhists. And so, who knows? I was really interested in it. I never knew Tolstoy had any commentary on this or anything like that. I will be reading it pretty soon. There are some cool illustrations with it. It's a nice little book. So I am glad that I got it, because y'all know I love Tolstoy. I have a lot of Tolstoy on my channel. You'll see me covering all kinds of short stories. I have videos on Anna Karenina. Of course, me and the Codex Cantina boys went through a lot of Tolstoy, my first booktube year, right? A preface by Tolstoy. Right. That's right. Excellent. I'm new to your channel. All good. Heck yeah, buddy. And yeah, I mean, I get new people all the time. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately. I'm always getting new subscribers, so I'm always very aware of that. But over the last week and a half, there's been more and more subscribers. I see YouTube suggesting more specific videos of mine to people. So it's doing its job as far as what it's going to do, and it's resulting in the people that have an interest for what I do here really finding my channel. So I appreciate it. Like I say, I'm a partner with YouTube. You know, I'm grateful for the platform. I'm not paying anything to YouTube. YouTube's paying me, pennies. Who gives a crap, right? But it's all about the visibility. It's all about having a community and really having um people being able to find people reading right, strong readers, real readers. I know that I loved it when I first found booktube. Yeah, preface by Tolstoy. That's what I'm talking about. I did. I I prefer Jerusalem to both David Copperfield and Anna Karenina. Definitely. I mean, I don't I don't recommend David Copperfield to try to hammer through David Copperfield in a timely manner either. David Copperfield is something taken in chunks, something like Great Expectations, but even more uh rambling, drawn out. But it is a cool story. I mean, I'm glad I read it, right? But I don't need any more Dickens at this point. Yes, having sold 800 copies of Cactus. Yes. Heck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, Rick. If anybody, I'm sure Jack's already figured out, um, you know, exponentially, what you're talking about. Of course, Dr. Bacon's a great name. There's just not enough. There's never enough. I need to learn how to work the system if I'm just utterly crap at getting new eyes on my product. Mason, you can't figure it out. I've not figured it out. I don't know anything about what YouTube is doing with my channel. It just is doing what I'm saying that it's doing, right? So I've never been able to figure out. My advice, if anything, is just to do what you want to do. It's all about sharing yourself, and you're going to find your people. I'm not like super popular or something like that, right? um when it comes down to it, I've just found my people, and everybody, you create the energy, and then everybody kind of amasses around in the capacity that they can enter into it, right? Rick, I'll never forget the day I asked if you'd be okay uh with you if I wrote a book that you and me and Jeff were characters in, and you would publish it. You immediately said yes. It's an amazing story. Yep, and the rest is history, baby. Too good. We're all thankful for that conversation. Yeah, man. We were going hard. I love how hard we went before Cactus Boots. Yes. That's right, Heather. We were going really hard before Cactus Boots got published. I'm so happy that we did, because going in on something that you don't know. Yeah. Could have been one page. Um do I recommend pounding through Anna Karenina in a timely manner? Yeah. um, Anna Karenina is something that is way more of a drama, right? So it being so dramatic and that kind of thing, there probably is some merit to pounding through some of Levin's stuff as well. Even though I love that kind of exploration, but it's so dated, right? It's so dated that it's hard to really mine value out of it. Y'all are too fun, I swear. Come on. Don't Rick, come on now. Vronsky? The horse rider? Come on, man. uh I'm gonna leave that there. Rick, I remember reporting to you with absolute delight when I was 36 pages in. Nice. Heck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we're about halfway through. So I'll show you the number one awesome book that I picked up from Book Dude on Instagram. Book Dude Books is what it is. I'll put that in the chat too. If you do Instagram, this is a great guy to pick up books from that he'll, sells them cheap, ships them very, very well. I'll do like a little unboxing reel and short and share it tomorrow of this. So you can see how he packages his books, and it's amazing. And it'll, kind of tease this video a little bit, right? Tease the live a little bit if I show it, because it's an amazing book. It's an art book. I got Flannery O'Connor's The Cartoons. So Flannery O'Connor is one of the greatest American writers in the second half of the 20th century. I concur, right? I love Flannery O'Connor. Celebrated for short stories such as A Good Man Is Hard to Find and novels like Wise Blood. She only wrote 2 novels in her life, and they're both very powerful, but she was a goddess of the short story, just like one of the best short story writers that you're ever going to come across. Less known is her career as a cartoonist, which she practiced in the early 1940s when her work appeared in her high school and college publications. So many of her cartoons lampoon student life and the impact of World War II on the home front. She worked in both pen and ink and in linoleum cuts, and her rough-hewn technique combined with her acidic observations to form a visual precursor to a prose style known for its humor and its savagery. So Flannery O'Connor is very perceptive, and in what she presents is very biting, right? In her prose and in her writing, she's very strong and she's very biting. So I thought it would be awesome. This has been on my radar for a very, very long time. This has been on my radar for years, 3 years, 4 years, that I was like, I want to get this, but it, was finding a good copy and finding it for cheap, right? Because I'm not going to spend a lot of money on books. So I thought it would be so awesome to get some of her earliest stuff that she ever put out there, as she was, okay with, this is her voice, this is her stuff. Because Flannery O'Connor was very much a perfectionist. This book is done very, very well. As you can see, it's oversized. It's an art book. This is put out by Fantagraphics books. Here's the in papers here. I got this Mylar dust jacket on this. I'm going to go ahead and take it off just to put it up so y'all can see, but also make it easier and quieter for me to go through it, right? So here's the book. Flannery Mary O'Connor. That's here, right? Mary Flannery O'Connor. And on the back, these kind of scribble flowers, okay? And I already showed you the end papers there. There's a huge frontispiece of the woman herself. Let's see. I don't want to miss too much. I see the chat's kind of moving. So avid readers that read my first chapters cried and said it changed them. When the soul knows the spirit becomes weak. I love the first chapters of Jerusalem. Oh, Jack, happy Friday. Cool. Gotta run. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by and hanging out, brother. For sure. I'm not ignoring you. I would never. I mean, I would. If I got a lot going on. Perfectionism is a curse, but it pushes us to do more. Pushes us to go go higher, harder than we might have already pushed ourselves otherwise. And at some point you give it up, right? At some point you give it up because you can't ever be perfect. If you're going to put out something, then you're going to be okay with it having its flaws. But its flaws can be quirks. Its flaws can be its uniqueness and your uniqueness, right? So I think Flannery O'Connor found that sense of herself that was her voice, and then she was a perfectionist, sure, but when it comes down to it, once she was convinced that what was put out sufficiently did what she wanted it to do, she was okay. She was okay with it. Some of these have little blurbs down below, and some don't. Right? Some of them are more just the picture, and some of them are picture and words. So in subject matter, Flannery O'Connor is very much like William Blake, right? With this ultra mystical, personal idea of spirituality and God, and also a very sharp wit. And here, there's even another connection, right, that I've never come in contact with before, and that is Flannery O'Connor using the visual medium to create art to accompany words, right? She obviously was no, learned artist. No, she wasn't taught art. This is all, her own personal way, right? Am I doing all right? Okay, yeah, I wanted to show some, right? Because it's so cool to see what the style was. There is this whole section, you see the pages here. There's all these white, all the white is exposition, uh, that and prose writing that she put out, and a little storylines maybe that she followed with some of her some of her characters that are in some of her cartoons, right? And there she is in her in a newspaper clipping. Mary O'Connor shows talent as a cartoonist, right? So in her small town, paper, probably in Georgia here. Of course, it is a Georgia poet. As Flannery O'Connor, she phrased it in an autobiography written at Iowa. She was at the Iowa Writers Workshop as well. Probably a reason why Rick went there. Just getting some of that Flannery energy, right? And she says she didn't want to get stuck teaching ninth graders in Podunk, Georgia. So, she was very aware of the dynamics and everything that she was about. She knew she was weird. She knew she was unique, and she embraced her uniqueness and this kind of thing. And I love Flannery. I love Flannery. So I'm very, very excited to have this. Very excited to have this. It's been a long time coming. Disembodied smile. We'll leave it with that. That'll be the last image that I share. Disembodied smile. So, there you go. I was really, really happy that it came in such great condition. You see that this Mylar has been on here since the printing of this thing. No, not a crease, not a bend of any kind, and it's not a library. It's not an ex-library. It's just a pristine copy, baby. And so you can't get any better. Thank you, book dude. Thank you, my book dude bro. My book dude bro. Right? I guess I'm gonna have to get some David Foster Wallace, or some Joyce from him at some point. Then I'll get some Dude Bro from Book Dude Bro. So continuing with Death Note, I picked up a couple others just today at a used bookstore. Nice. I'm glad y'all like that. I'm glad y'all like that. Nice. Nice. Hey, Around the Weird. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming by, brother. Yeah, dude, I'm always talking about stuff that I love, bro. Not, you know, not not what I'm gonna get all the views for, that's for sure. But the people that know, then they know, you know. An author noob. Hey, we got to start somewhere, Mason. That's for sure. Haven't read any Flannery. I hope you get to it, Heather. Her stuff is very short. Even her books are very quick reads, but they're so powerful and they're so good. And you really can't go wrong with Flannery O'Connor's short stories. She really is like the best short story writer. I mean, she's my favorite, right? And so, um, just grab a short story collection. Her, there's a couple of different editions of her complete short stories, and I just recommend reading them all. They're so good. Once they're like potato chips. You're gonna fall in love with. She has a formula. She was a very much a method writer. Man, I'm glad you liked it, Novels and Crumbs. Nice to see you, brother. Can you go to bed? Hey. Too funny, Rick. Well, you had to settle for Marianne Robinson, right? Yeah, right. Can you go to bed now? No, you can't go to bed, Rick. I'm not done. You can't go to bed, Rick. I'm not finished. Okay, I'm not finished with you. Get him, baby. Highly recommend Flannery. That's right, O'Connor. Now I need like 4 or 5 more. If you love Flannery O'Connor, give the video a thumbs up. So I've kept on with watching Death Note. I don't have the series as far as the mangas, but I'm keeping my eye out in used bookstores. Today picked up 5 and 6, which seems to be right where I'm at in my viewing. That I'm like right around book 5 here in my viewing, and it's good, dude. Death Note is freaking good, dude. I'm really digging it. Um, of course, Light's a monster, and he's not as smart as he thinks he is. It seems like I'm gonna leave it. It seems that L is just far more capable. He's more intelligent. Light is very intelligent, but Light also has a kind of trump card on his side, right? A he has an ace in the hole, and it's wild. It's just wild. Do I know what Spawn is? Oh, Emily, do you know what Spawn is? Um, I don't know. Maybe she knows what Spawn is. The character Spawn, Todd McFarlane's Spawn. That's some really wild stuff. I used to like Spawn back in the day. It's very cool and wild, like just crazy horror sci-fi, right? So I've really kind of fallen off with the reading this week as far as reading as much as I normally read because I started a new job and it's just been wow. Okay. The amount of online multitasking that I never even knew was possible, right? It's just mind blowing. Nice. Death Note is an amazing read. So much I lost track. Right. It is a very wild story. A lot of back and forth. A wonderful cat and mouse game. I characterized Death Note, my last life, like The Departed, the movie The Departed, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon in it. One of the greatest cat and mouse games, cat and mouse movies ever made. And Death Note is just, it's just damn good. It's not on the level of The Departed. You know, it's still an anime, but it's great. It really is great. The Spawn of Noah. Yeah, we she knows the Spawn of Noah, man. We got three. I give up. Never been able to read graphic novels right. Um, they're cool, and and Death Note is done in a visual form, like uh I guess it's just a series, done in as a series by the same people that do the manga. So watching it is seamless. It's the same. The characters look the same. They are doing the same. It is the same character. Always with adaptations, there's this kind of um fear that a character might not stay true through the adaptation. That's the number one worst um thing that could ever happen through the process of adapting a book to a movie or to a series kind of thing. And it happens all the time. It really happens all the time. Graphic novels, erotica. Yeah, I was reading that Lost Girls, Alan Moore, right? Alan Moore's Lost Girls. It's completely insane and so wild. So I'm gonna keep on with that. I'm gonna finish Frankenstein and probably do both of those before the end of the month. That's my goal. And just continue with Alan Moore's Illuminations. Monster has the greatest villain of all time. Don't tell me that. Have you read Perdido Street Station by China Mieville? That's an amazing villain. Those are amazing evil monsters. And the Weaver in there too, not just the Slate Moths, but the Weaver. So, is it better than Perdido Street Station? And then is it better than um as far as villains go, Dan Simmons' Hyperion is some of the most inhuman, cold, calculating, uh, just machine killers that has ever been. The Nemesis creatures in Dan Simmons' Hyperion. They don't show up until the third and fourth book, the Nemesis creatures in Endymion and Rise of Endymion. But let me know if they compare to those, because those are some of my favorite bad guys. And as far as a single villain, just like a villain that you love to hate, it's the it's the villain in Charles Williams' War in Heaven. Charles Williams wrote really weird, occult, um, wild, and beautiful books, and had a real wonderful sense of good people and evil people, and can show that. Look, I got my bots back, baby. Look. Oh, I had to block ya. Oh no. Well, hey, you really got somewhere with that, right? At least I'm doing it, right? If you're getting some bots, people are really getting, you are so damn silly, teeny tiny. Wow. Wow, novels and crumbs. Okay. And it's an anime? Have I read Simmons Ilium? I have not read that. I have not read that, Mason, but I am very interested. My boy Jack at Rambling Raconteur read Olympos and Ilium. It's two books that are, the whole series, right? Ilium and Olympos. And Yeah, I want to read. I want to get to him. Dan Simmons is a wonderfully literary writer. Storytelling and history play a big part in mythology, play a big part in his stories. I would love to see what he does with Greek mythology. Obviously, it has some kind of Iliad and Odyssey uh, themes or, you know, allusions to or something like that, right? There we go. Lopso. You are so silly, teeny tiny. All right. So it's been a wild night. It's been a wild week. Wish me luck. Give a thumbs up to the video. It really does help out a lot. I gotta get into some of the Mobius Jodorowsky team up stuff. There's a comic book shop right down where I live that has it all in stock. So, eh, I'm not big on buying comics new. I'm not, but for Mobius and Jodorowsky, yes. I heard that the Meta Barons is some of the most amazing sci-fi, weirdest sci-fi, but amazing that's ever been done with graphic novels. Thank you for bringing that up. I need to be reminded because I don't, I haven't read it. So I have to be reminded because I don't have it in my mind or in my experience. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, Mason. Um, Dan Simmons can do it. He does it right. He blew my mind with his John Keats stuff in Hyperion. I love how that the element that added to the overall story. It really added a lot of depth to what he was doing, I think. And it's adding a lot of death, you know, and not just this superficial kind of, oh, there's wars going on and people dying and the struggle of humanity and whatever. It's an individual's death, and you go through it as an individual and alone. And it is a beautiful individual dying, not beautiful outside, but beautiful inside. And we all, can relate to this, or that there's um, untapped potential, right? John Keats was definitely that, even though he's still lauded as an amazing wordsmith and one of the greats, kind of thing. But he was cut down in his prime. Who knows what we would have from such a mind if he were able to continue, was able to continue create. So I'll leave you with this one: the Flannery O'Connor cartoons, some Death Note action, Alan Moore, and then of course Cactus Boots. If you're interested in Cactus Boots, on what's going on, you can just zoom in, right? Every page of Cactus Boots, everyone in a giant poster. Too cool, huh? Very cool, Mason. I hope so. I hope it does happen for you, for sure. And if you keep at it, you'll get there. Storytelling is an art. Storytelling is something that we do naturally as well. It's like swimming. It's a skill, but it also is a natural part of being a human being. So love it, love it, love it. Love my supporters, all y'all. Thank you very much for coming by. The Cactus Boys, Heather, the Rick, the facilitator of this whole crazy, crazy shenanigans going on worldwide, baby, worldwide. And everybody that supports the channel, thank you so much for coming by. Have an awesome Friday. This was killer. Any questions, any comments, throw them down in the description or throw them down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked. I'll share some more Flannery O'Connor soon. Maybe do a video on it if there's really some meat there to tackle, right? Y'all have some fun. Catch you on the next one, BookTube. Bye bye.